Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, family and friends, welcome to Cypress Creek Church. We have gathered here today with men and women of the United States Special Operations Command to pay special tribute to Major JUAN Bustamante on the occasion of his retirement from active duty in the United States Marine Corps, following nearly 26 years of faithful and honorable service. The presenting officer for today's ceremony is Lieutenant Colonel Jesus Reyes, United States Army, retired. Lieutenant Colonel Reyes and Major JUAN Bustamante first met in 9th grade in high school and have stayed friends since 1996. My name is Sergeant George Monterey, and I am also a close friend and fellow warrior of Major Bustamante from our days in high school and in the Corps. Before getting underway, I would like to ask you to please observe a moment of silence for our fallen brothers and sisters in arms who could not be here today. Thank you. We are honored to have many friends and family members of JUAN Bustamante with us here today. I am pleased to introduce you to the guests of Major Bustamante. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. His wife, Fabiola, his children, Ariana, Juancho, and Camila. His family traveling from California and Springfield, Florida. His sister, Sachi, and her husband, Tito. His sister, Nicole, and family. We also recognize family members unable to attend the ceremony, including Juan's mom that passed away last year and his father that was too sick to travel. In addition, I would like to introduce some special guests we are honored to have. Traveling from all over the United States is Bushmaster Brothers.
Fit to fight.
Hoorah. From Braden, Natasha Rios, his classmate from WINSEC. Additionally, I would like to welcome the Director of Logistics, Colonel Patone, U.S. SOCOM staff, friends, and family who have gone out of their way to share this special occasion with us. Please join me in a round of applause to welcome all our guests. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of our official party and remain standing for the national anthem and the invocation by Camila Bustamante, Fabiola and Juan's youngest daughter.
May you know that your service and commitment created the freedom we hail each day. May you lean into perseverance, rest, and strength as you navigate the effects of your sacrifice. May your heart be comforted on the days you recall friends who did not make it home. May you be honored by friends, family, and your community. May your self-care be full of fitness, colorful meals, refreshment sleep, and sweet human connection. May you know that so many people are thankful that you stood strong for our nation. We can never repay you for taking your big heart into the unknown, so the stars and stripes continue to fly high. I love you, Papi. Amen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. The ceremony you're about to witness is a time-honored tradition where we formally recognize Major Bustamante for his service to our Corps and to our country. We will also recognize his family for their sacrifice and service. The sequence of events for today's ceremony will be found in your programs. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Reyes, United States Marine Corps, United States Army, retired.
Good afternoon, all. I am extremely excited that the Bustamante family can celebrate such a momentous occasion here with all of us. It is exciting to see how many people have come from abroad to celebrate this day with Major JUAN Bustamante and his family, because this is an entire family. Before I begin, I definitely want to give thanks to God, because if it wasn't for him, many of us would not be where we are today. I also want to thank Pastor David Banbury. I understand that now he's not present. But anyways, I want to thank the church for allowing us to hold this ceremony here at this venue. I want to welcome Colonel Mahoney, Director of Logistics, Sergeant Major Jones, the Senior Enlisted Leader, Special Operations Command, Mr. Ferguson, Lieutenant Colonel Morgan. Thank you for also attending. I also want to thank Mr. Francisco Badiola, Chief of Staff, Business and Support Services Division, Headquarters Marine Corps. And definitely, Master Sergeant Henry Valdez, for orchestrating the many aspects of this ceremony. Thank you for being a rock-solid senior non-commissioned officer and a solid friend for so many years. To friends, colleagues, family members coming from afar, thank you for making your journey to share, recognize, and celebrate Major JUAN Bustamante for his service to our nation and an incredible military career that started over 25 years ago. But before I talk a little bit about Juan, I want to thank his wife, Familia. Thank you for providing Juan with a classic friendship, a loyal friendship, and unwavering support. And your children for rising up to the occasion every time. You had to move from one military base to another. For being strong every night your father was deployed overseas. And for every hug and gesture of love you gave him upon his return from completing the mission. Remember this for your entire lives. Your love for him was imperative for him to finish his job. Juan and I have been friends since 1996. We were 15, 16 years old. I think I'm the youngest one from the group. Still love the youngest one. In fact, there are many of us from the same high school group of friends, and you already heard the Bushmasters. You know, we're old, we're crusty, but we're fun. And I am confident that every single one of them here will wholeheartedly agree with the following statement, and that is that it is to no surprise that Juan Bustamante led an incredible 25-year career in the United States Marine Corps and has such a loving and caring family. It's just no surprise. He, since we were young, since an early age, Juan displayed in high school all the characteristics to be a successful man in life. He was always late to school, singing in class. No, he was He was an amazing friend, and he still is an amazing friend. But please allow me to just bring you back to our teenage years, okay? So we were part of this JROTC clan and the Bushmasters. And do you remember when you were way younger? Some of us don't look that old, but anyway, when you had a moment in life that something happened with another individual, a very special individual that was etched in your memory and your heart. And you'll never forget either the words of that individual or just the action of that individual. Well, we were doing this Raider challenge, right? It's a physically demanding one whole day of activities for high school children. And the very last exercise was a 10K foot march. Juan and I were leading the column. And I started crying. Impossible, but yes, it was happened to range too. And Juan looked at me, and then he's like, he used to say dog. Does he say that all the time? Dog. I said, don't quit, stomp your feet. And he started stomping his feet. Do you remember that?
Yeah. It hurt after a while.
30 years ago. Yeah, I know. He was stomping, and then I started. And guess what? I mean, my calves felt a little bit better, and we finished. And we won that competition for 3 years in a row. And it was awesome. But during the past quarter century, and yes, that sounds like a lot of time, he served in a variety of combat support positions throughout the globe. This Marine and leader answered our nation's call and not only served during a period of persistent conflict, but also recruited, trained, and led Marines into harm's way and do our nation's bidding. Juan, our nation owes you a debt of gratitude for your service and sacrifice that can never be fully repaid, brother. In fact, the medal that you'll receive in a few minutes is only a small token of appreciation. I don't plan on covering the many duty assignments that Juan was assigned to during his 25-year career span. In fact, I think they're all listed in his biography, which you can find in the program. And by the way, it's an amazing program. His biography, I'm talking about. You can see a story of grit and success, meeting challenge after challenge and overcoming, achieving victory for his United States of America, the United States Marine Corps, his unit, and himself. However, I want to share with you some notes from Juan's commanders, reporting seniors, and reviewing officers that paint the picture that this Marine, that Juan is. The comments are not written in his bio, so that's why I want to share them with you. These comments are written in evaluations known as fitness reports. And while reviewing his fitness reports, which I was able to grab about 10 of them, I noticed there was a common thread found in both the enlisted fitness reports and his officer fitness reports. He was always seen as a Marine with high levels of discipline and productivity, driven, highly proficient, selfless and dedicated, an intellectual who is committed to continuous learning and has inspired his Marines to do the same. A mature officer who, compared with his peers, has demonstrated an above average level of leadership, organization, and planning skills. Cultivated an extremely positive command climate. This means that his Marines wanted to work with him and for him. And in the military, there's a difference. Goes the extra mile to ensure his team is successful. In fact, as a young first lieutenant and assistant battalion logistics officer, he demonstrated a level of maturity that only comes from experience, as his reporting officer and senior wrote, and I quote, "During a period of high turnover in the S4, which is the supply and logistics office for a battalion, he took in several responsibilities in addition to his normal workload, sustaining support to the battalion. It is, if you have not been exposed to this, it is an incredible challenge for an entire well-fitted S4 team S for shop, to maintain support because of all the competition between the rest of them. And for him to be able to shoulder more than 100% of his responsibilities speaks very loudly of his aptitude as an officer. And lastly, still talking about the fitness reports, those evaluations, right? There's a comparative assessment, and a comparative assessment, for those who don't know, it's a small chart, and it looks like a Christmas tree. In fact, most Marines will refer to it as a Christmas tree. And it tells you where this Marine being evaluated stands. And it's pretty simple. It's either you are at the top, you are center mass, you just barely make the cut, or you just do not. And JUAN, always, in all of the evals that I was able to grab, he was evaluated as one of the few exceptionally qualified Marines. JUAN was well above his peers throughout his entire career, from a private Marine to an officer of Marines. Brother, you earned your retirement, and the Marine Corps has done a great service to your family by granting it. But the Marine Corps is going to miss one of its brightest officers. As you walk out of Cypress Creek Church today, take solace, knowing that with your positive and encouraging leadership, your steadfast determination to face adversity and prevail, and your love for country, you have left your thumbprint on hundreds, if not thousands, of Marines that you have trained, mentored, and inspired. This is your legacy. My last point. Almost 80 years ago, from February 19th to March 26, 1945, approximately 70,000 United States Marines hit the black sand beaches of Iwo Jima and participated in one of the bloodiest battles in Marine Corps history. During the intense fighting, 27 service members were awarded the Medal of Honor for their bravery, the highest number of medals of honor ever received for one battle in the history of the United States. Even though you were not there, you have exemplified and lived those ethos for 25 years. And today we'll recognize your service. Major JUAN Bustamante, the United States Marine.
Marines to be decorated. Center. March.
Major JUAN G. Bustamante, United States Marine Corps, distinguished himself by outstanding meritorious service as a Joint Logistics Officer, Director of Logistics, United States Special Operations Command, MacDill Air Force Base. From July 2022 to September 2025. During this period, Major Bustamante's peerless work ethic, devotion to mission, accomplishment, and leadership directly contributed to the success of the Directorate of Logistics. He helped to develop a Special Operations Force, prepositioned War Reserve material program of record, requiring oversight and accountability of over 10,000 pieces of equipment valued in excess of $300 million. Further, his efforts were integral in identifying and solving logistics gaps in the contested environment, setting logistic precedent for the Special Operations Forces. The distinctive accomplishment of Major Bustamante culminated a distinguished career in the service of his country, and reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Special Operations Command, the United States Marine Corps, and Department of Defense. Signed, Mr. James Boso, Deputy Chief of Staff of the United States Special Operations Command. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will officially retire Major Bustamante from active duty by publishing the following orders. To all who shall see these present, greetings. This is to certify that Major Juan Guillermo Bustamante has served faithfully and honorably, was retired from the United States Marine Corps on the 28th day of February, 2025. Signed in the city of Washington, D.C., Eric M. Smith, General, United States Marine Corps, Commandant of United States Marines. In addition to his retirement certificate, Lieutenant Colonel Reyes is presenting Major Bustamante with a retirement pay. At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Reyes is presenting Major Bustamante with a letter from the Commandant of the Marine Corps, General Eric Smith. Dear Major Bustamante, upon the occasion of your retirement, I extend my sincere appreciation for your dedicated service of the Corps. During your career in the Marine Corps has acquitted itself so well in the battlefield. High standards of excellence in conduct and performance have long been our hallmark, and with them, a unique spirit that has set us apart. You can be proud to have been part of that legacy and have attained your grade in an organization such as ours. In recognition of your long and dedicated service to the Corps, we cannot fail to acknowledge the contributions of your family over those many years. Long and frequent separations are a way of life for Marines, and it takes a very special kind of family to share the many hardships with us. We owe them our deepest gratitude as you leave our active ranks. Go with the knowledge that your distinguished service will have a lasting influence and has earned you a legion of friends and fellow Marines who wish you well in the coming years. The Corps is better because you served, and our nation can stand proud because it produces Marines like you. I speak for all Marines in wishing you good health and good fortune. Semper Fi, Marine. Eric M. Smith, General, United States Marine Corps, Commandant of the Marine Corps. At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Reyes is presenting Major Bustamante with a letter of appreciation for service in the Armed Forces of the United States of America. It reads, I extend a personal gratitude and a sincere appreciation of a grateful nation to you for a patriotic service to our country. Your bravery and your dedication in our armed forces helps protect your fellow Americans during a critical moment in our history and continue to a world of greater society and growth and prosperity. Your devotion to duty, honor, and country in keeping with the long traditions of the finest military in the world embody the American ideal of selflessness service. Our nation owes you an incredible debt. Your commitment and the example you set will inspire future generations to serve with pride and to keep our country secure. You represent the best of all of our nation, and join your fellow Americans in saluting you, your honorable service. I wish you happiness and success in your next. Donald J. Trump, Commander-in-Chief, President of the United States.
All right.
At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Reyes is presenting Major Juan Bustamante with the Star Note and coin from the Commander of the United States Special Operations Command, General Brian Fenton. Juan, congratulations on an amazing career and all your achievements. Well done. Thanks to you and your family for years of service to this nation. All the best in your next adventure. Very respectfully, Brian Fenton. Mrs. Fabiola, would you please join your husband on stage? So excited. At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Reyes is presenting Mrs. Fabiola Bustamante with a letter from the Merchant Commanding General, Major General C.A. McPhillips. It reads, in recognition of your unselfish, faithful, and devoted service during your husband's Marine Corps career, your unfailing support and understanding helped to make possible your husband's lasting contribution to the Corps and to this command. It is fully recognized that your support and understanding were not provided without hardship and sacrifice during your husband's tour of duty. Signed, Major General C.A. McPhillips, Commander, United States Marine Corps Force Central Command. At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Reyes is presenting Fabiola with a star note from the Commander of the United States Special Operations Command, General Brian Fenton. Dear Fabiola, on the occasion of your husband's retirement from active duty in the United States Marine Corps, I would like to express my deep appreciation for your selfless and faithful dedication to our nation. Your unwavering support to JUAN, your family, and the service members played a crucial role in sustaining readiness and our enterprise's ability to support its global mission. On behalf of the men and women of the United States Special Operations Command, I offer you the best wishes for continued success and happiness in the future. In recognition of her unwavering dedication to her family and the Corps, Fabiola is being presented with a custom picture frame from JUAN, commemorating JUAN and Fabiola's journey together over the past 25 years, which ends with one final duty station here in Lutz. Along with this heartfelt gift, she will also receive a diamond infinity pendant as a token of appreciation for her love and support through a challenging career. This is not in the script, but I must say you guys are very quiet for such a momentous occasion. You can give it up for them. They're supposed to be professional, not you guys.
Right.
At this time, we will recognize JUAN's children. Please remain seated while I read a poem entitled, I Am a Military Brat. My hometown is nowhere. My friends are everywhere. I grew up with the knowledge that home is where the family is. Mobility was my way of life. Some wonder about my roots, yet they are deep and strong as a mighty oak. I'd sink them quickly, absorbing all an area offers and hopefully giving to my community in return. I bloomed where I was planted. Time spent apart due to service was difficult, but I persevered. Missed moments taken make us appreciate time together all that much more. Travel taught me to be open. Farewells were never easy, yet in sorrow comes strength and the ability to face tomorrow with anticipation. When we leave one place, I felt that half my world was being left behind, but I also knew that the other half was waiting to be met. Friendships were formed in hours and kept in decades. I didn't grow up with a set of friends, but I will mature with many. Be it inevitable that paths part, there is constant hope that we will meet again. Love of country, respect, and pride filled my being with old glory passes in review. When I stand to honor our flag, I stand in honor of all service members, and most especially the parents whose life created mine. Because of this, I have spared the rich heritage of a military life. I am a military child and am proud of the title of brat.
Yeah.
On behalf of General Brian Fenton, Commander of the United States Special Operations Command, presented to Ariana, Juan, and Camila for the unselfish and faithful devotion you provided to your father during his military career. Your unfailing support has been vital in making possible the contribution to the United States Special Operations Command and the Armed Forces of the United States of America. Ariana, Juan, and Camila also receiving a certificate of appreciation from the Merchant Command Officer Major General C.A. McPhillips. At this time, Juan's kids are being presented a gift in appreciation for the sacrifice made during their dad's career. All three children will be receiving custom bears made from Juan's uniform with a special message inside of the jacket. Your success will always be my greatest accomplishment. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my extreme pleasure to present for the very first time Major Juan Bustamante, United States Marine Corps, retired. Hearing that from
what the general I served for once said, General Good, when I was at 3rd AR, he said, listen, Marines can only count to 10, because they got 10 fingers. So if you talk more than 10 minutes, usually you're gonna lose all your Marines. So in that spirit, I'm gonna try to keep this somewhat brief and not let it go too far, okay? So, first, I really need to start by thanking the families and the guests that are here, honestly. This, as much as this is for me, it's truly for you as well, to share this moment with you. My high school friends that are all around the back, I totally appreciate it. George, Henry, Cisco, Jose, Robert, Alex, awesome. All those online who couldn't make it, totally appreciate it. Thank you for being here. The Stingray family, the baseball team, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. It means so much. It's incredible. They talked about the military brat. You know, my kids have been able to make friends everywhere they've gone because of these teams. So I truly appreciate it. Sorry, trying to hold it together a little bit. It's tough. Here we go. Neighbors, hey, thank you, Jason, Miranda, for being here. Truly appreciate it. These are my battle-tested neighbors. Hurricane Milton wrecked us over there in the neighborhood, and dude, we forged a bond there to make it happen with generators, sharing generators, fridges, whatever it took to make it work, and it was awesome. So I really appreciate you being here. I want to thank the church. David, Natalie, thank you so much for letting us use your church. It's been great, awesome. The staff, Tracy, Jacob back there on the audio. Thank you so much for taking your time to volunteer to be here. So thank you so much for that. Everyone that else is here, like either you've had some impact in my life, or we've shared some kind of special moment. So I really want to thank you for being here, and we've connected in some way, so it means a lot to me that you're here. I know it's one of those things. A lot of people get up here and the first thing they say is, "Oh, this is the most saddest day of my life." I'm emotional because I'm excited. I truly am. I'm excited as a family. I'm not sad in any way that this is coming to an end. I knew this, probably at least a year to 2 years ago, that I was ready for that. And I'm excited because I made it those 25 years. I feel like I represent those mentors, the bosses I've had, my friends, my subordinates, the Marines, the other service members I served with that have all crossed my path. And this is, to me, is a culmination of all their sacrifice they made for me. And whether that was with their time, the effort they put in, and even sometimes the blood they shed. And so I'm excited that I made it to this end, and I did it for them. And so I'm very excited for this day, and I'm not sad in any way. Before I move on, I really gotta first off, I really gotta thank my wife. You've been with me since the very beginning. I mean, the beginning. I joined in '99. I met Fabi in 2000. So we've been together for over 25 years, and still going strong. And I truly appreciate it. I'm not going to tell a lot of stories about my enlistment or commissioning time. This is more about the people here and the people who sacrificed for me. But I deployed. When I went to deploy for OIF, we had been married for 4 days, and that was our introduction to the Marine Corps. We got married we got married in the city council, and 4 days later, I was on a plane during the Super Bowl. During the Super Bowl Sunday, I got the call and said, "Hey, we're deploying," and I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me!" I was a Tampa Bay Bucks fan, and they were playing in the Super Bowl that year in San Diego, where I was stationed at, and I'm like, "Fabi, I gotta go." They just gave me the call, and 4 days later, after marriage, I'm heading off to OIF1, and it was incredible that you stuck with me for that. Our first set of orders was to Jackson, Mississippi. the South. So she had never left California one time in her life. And next thing you know, she's going to the Deep South, and it was a little different. And I knew if she could stick with me for 3 years on recruiting duty in Jackson, Mississippi, we were going to make it. And when I got orders to California, let me tell you, we celebrated because we made it, and it was all good from there. And incredible. We've been on a great journey. The Marine Corps has blessed us with the desert. They've blessed us with the beach. They've blessed us with mountains. We've gone all over the world as a family because of the Marine Corps. So even though it started a little rough, I will say it got a lot better, as time went on. She even visited me out in Jordan on my last deployment. I mean, you could say that. You go to deploy to Syria, your wife visits you in Jordan, So I'm truly blessed for what the Marine Corps and the service has given me, for sure. So thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. I also want to thank Lieutenant Colonel Jesus Reyes. I don't know where you're sitting at now. Okay, Jesus Reyes over there. Thank you. I know I pulled you out of retirement for this. I know you had to lose some weight, maybe a little bit, to get into that uniform. So I appreciate that crash diet. The liquid diet works, obviously. So great job. So you future retirees need to get a uniform. It might work out for you. If I go to the ball, might have to get some pointers for you in November, okay? And I pack on the pounds as well. But you've been a true inspiration since high school. Honestly, you're the only smart one of the group that went straight to college. All the rest of us just knuckle dragged it through the Marine Corps enlisted. We thought you were the idiot at the time. I'm pretty sure we called you a few names for not enlisting with us and joining the Army instead of the Marine Corps. But honestly, you've been an inspiration for all of us. Truly have. Everything you've done has been great. And I love that we have somebody in our group, 2 guys in the group that are Army, that we can make fun of every once in a while, bag on a bit. So it's great. Thank you for that. But I'm glad we've come full circle. I'm glad that you were able to be my retiring officer and close that circle for us. And one of the other part too that is it brought all our friends together here. All our high school buddies. We all came together for this, and it was amazing. So thank you for being part of that. I also have to thank Henry Vargas, Mass Sergeant, USMC. Hey, Jesus nailed on the head. You are a top-notch enlisted Marine, and this wouldn't have happened without you. Truly. You brought it all together for us, behind the scenes, just doing everything. Without me even asking, in fact, I had to get calls that said, stop, don't do that anymore. I already did it. And I'm like, oh, my bad. I'm putting my foot in it like an officer does sometimes. And like a good enlisted Marine, you pull me back and you help me out. And I truly appreciate that, Andrew. Truly appreciate that friendship you've given me over the years. And the mentorship you've provided even when we've had our discussions, from enlisted to officer, from friend to friend. Thank you so much for that. I look forward to spending our years here in Tampa, and since you're going to retire here too in the next couple months in the area. So I look forward to that. The Restrepo family, thank you so much for being here today. The support you've given our family over the years, incredible. Erica, I still remember you showing up at UCLA in a little car chair and us buying it from Walmart, or I don't even know if Walmart existed then, or where it was. We found a car chair for you to get you, where you needed to go in Tulare. And man, we've had some adventures, and I appreciate the friendship you provided. You guys are some of our closest friends, to my children, to us, to Fabi, and it's really meant a lot to us. My family, Nicole, Sachi, the Perez family, the Delgado family, thank you so much. Just, man, always there, always there to call when we need you, always there to pick up my kids when I'm gone. Just little things like that, you know. Saj, you fly across, I'm pretty sure you're like a platinum member at this point. You're flying from California, so I appreciate that. Thank you for always making that journey for us. Thank you. I want to thank my 3 children. Ariana, who was born at UCLA, she was actually born in the same hospital as the Kardashians by the same doctor. I think our suite there at Tarzana was the same size as this room right here. It was incredible. I didn't know how Tricare afforded that. Hopefully they don't get audited like everybody else right now. But it was great. You know, it was awesome. So we were only together 1 month, and I was off for a year, and I didn't see you again for a while. So thankfully, you didn't have to experience that fully. Maybe I'm dealing with that psychological damage now, who knows. But you have grown into a strong and independent young woman that excels at everything she sets her mind to, and I look forward to seeing everything else you do. Thank you, Adi. Juancho, you were our early Christmas present. I appreciate you coming, showing up at the desert when we were in 29 Palms. You made my life as a junior Marine even harder than it needed to be, but I truly appreciated that. I think actually the CO let me get home a little earlier some nights because he saw the bags under my eyes, he saw the droopy face, and he knew I was hurting. And he said, "Yeah, why don't you get home to your wife? I think she needs you." And so you might have hooked me up a little bit. So I appreciate that. Okay, thanks, buddy. Camila, born in the same hospital in the desert. The nurses were actually wondering why we got back so soon again, in 1 year exactly. But that's what happens when you don't deploy. You know, you have children. It's a shocker, but yeah, in the Marine Corps, that's what happens. You're relentless in everything you do. Honestly, so much energy that I sometimes have to just try to tell you that, like, hey, calm yourself down a little bit. And I love it. Never listen to me. Keep going hard, okay? 100% every day. Love you. Love you 3. You 3 didn't volunteer for the challenge of being a military child, uprooting yourselves every 3 years, sometimes uprooting yourself every year, which we did twice. So it's not lost on me, the challenges that you each have experienced. Your school, friends, teams, you always have to find something new. But you never let that slow you down in anything you did. And you always found a way to make a new connection and new friends, which we can see from here because we have, I think, half the baseball team here supporting you. So it just shows you right there. And I'm proud that you will forever 3, you will be bonded together by this special military brat call sign. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit tough. I can't keep going without at least acknowledging it. I know it's going to be a little tough, but there's really not a lot of words. But I got to thank my mom. To many, she was abuela. That's what a lot of people knew her as, abuela. She was a friend, a grandchild, family. Everybody called her that because, man, she had a special power to just grease the skids. She was the oil in that cog that always kept our family moving. And she just didn't do it for us. It was incredible. I think I could look around the room at the people she impacted. And she was the reason, honestly, I was a really good officer, I think. Because she came to live with us at 29 Palms, first duty station, and she never left. And man, she filled that gap when I was gone. And she let me be there with my Marines. She let me be there for the Marine Corps when I couldn't be there for the family. She filled that gap. And I will forever be appreciative of her. And she has a cert. We're going to put, the command made her a cert. Thank you so much for that. She deserves it. She served those 25 years with me at my side. Damn near 12 of those literally living with us. And I think she has a stack of letters of appreciation, actually. And we're going to add that to that and continue to think about her. So I thank my abuela, my mom. Hey, George, awesome job narrating. I don't want to forget you. You did a great job. You look great. You know he's running for mayor in his town. I don't know if you can tell, he kind of carries himself in that way, of Watertown. So if you ever go up there, you put in a good word, make sure you shake some hands, and you know George Monterey. And so I'm wishing you the best in April when the election's let out. And I'll continue to support you as much as I can, okay? Thank you for being here for that. I want to also thank the J4 Directorate. Thank you for being here. Colonel Payon, Sergeant Major, Mr. Ferguson, thank you for being here. Lieutenant Colonel Mardigan, special thank you to you. Last year has been great. So supportive as I transitioned my way out of the Marine Corps. Just been there for me. Thank you so much for that. The rest of the SOCOM team, I know you're all over there, J45 staff. Thank you for being there. Awesome support team. You really made this. Mary made the last 3 years special, and I appreciate that. It's all right. Go give him a little chicken nugget. You'll be all right. I get it. I'm hungry too, actually. I won't cry till then again. Lieutenant Colonel Green isn't here. I hope he's watching on Facebook. But man, that man is great. I mean, awesome leader. He was my boss in Oki. He was kind of my boss for about 3 days in Iraq. Then he was my boss when I got to SOCOM. The man's been bossing me around for 7 straight years. But he was a true mentor, and if he's out there, thank you so much. You made this incredible. Thank you. And everyone else I didn't mention by name, I really want to thank you for being here. And I'm getting ready to finish up here, I promise. I'm ready for the next chapter. I truly am. I probably went past those 10 minutes, but man, you guys are so special. I really did have to thank you. Again, I'm ready. I'm excited. Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Reyes, for kind of listing all those things out about me. Now I don't have to double down and do it again. Thank you for that. Thank you. I'm sure they thank you as well. I wrote a lengthy bio, so I didn't have to get up here and tell everybody about it. What I really want to say is, I enlisted at 17 years old. My mom, God bless her soul, had to sign for me. Yep, she had to sign for me because I was too young, just like many of you guys in the back there. And I thought it was going to be a 4-year journey, and I was going to get out and be done and go back to school. I was going to go to the LAPD force. That was what I was destined for. But life had other other plans. 9/11 happened. It was time to re-enlist if you wanted to deploy. And now I'm here, 25 years later. So a little bit 21 years past the mark that I had set originally, but I think it was worth it. I think it was worth it, and I truly appreciate what the Marine Corps has given me. I have now joined the Marine Corps legacy, and I feel like I can be proud of that legacy. And the best part is, on this next journey, where I'm not going to be wearing this uniform, I'm going to continue to build that legacy, because I've accepted a position to teach at Suckers Creek Middle School, and I will be the U.S. history teacher upon retirement. And, thank you. To building that next legacy, inspiring that next generation of young adults that come through the classroom. You can't be in my class comedy next year, I'm sorry. They don't allow that. But I'll be watching you. All right? And you other boys in the back, Danny, Maddox. Yeah, that's right. Keep my eyes on YouTube. But will I be sad tomorrow that I won't be wearing a uniform? No. I won't be. But I will be sad that I won't be around my Marines anymore. So if there's one thing I am sad about, and that's the only thing. But I'll be excited to be home, be with you guys, for hopefully the rest of our time. I want to end this one more time by thanking my wife and the dedication you have shown, not only to our family, but to the Marine Corps. Because you truly are a godsend. You are. And there's no way I make it 25 years without you. There's just no way. In this journey, you need somebody to lean on, to shoulder the burden, to cry on sometimes, or to just even have that strong face for the kids. And you are always that person. So thank you, Fabiola. I appreciate your sacrifice. And you understood what it meant to have a husband that was gone. Thank you, Fab. It means a lot. All right.
I'm glad you guys are standing because that's the next command there. Please stand for the playing of Anchors Away and the Marines Hymn. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Master Sergeant Vargas will present Old Glory. I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I stand guard majestically over the great institution of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom, and I am confident. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher, my colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am loved, and I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Shiloh, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, Guam, Okinawa, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, and the Persian Gulf. A score of places long forgotten by all but those who were there with me. I was there. I led my soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. I followed them and watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-torn, and tired. But my Marines and sailors cheered me, and I was proud. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets and countries that I have helped set free. I do not hurt, for I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country. And when it is by those I have served in battle with, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the bonds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. I have been silently witnessed to all of America's finest hours. But my finest hour comes when I am torn in strips to be used as bandage for my wounded comrades on the battlefield. When I fly at half-mast to honor my soldiers, my airmen, my sailors, my Marines, and when I lie in trembling arms of a grieving mother, at the graveside of her fallen son or daughter, I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, long may I wave.
For 25 years, this Marine has stood the watch. While some of us lay about our bunks at night, this Marine stood the watch. While some of us were in school learning our trade, this Marine stood the watch. And yes, even before some of us was born into this world, this Marine stood the watch. In those years when the storm clouds of war were seen brewing on the horizon of history, this Marine stood the watch. Many times he would cast an eye ashore and see his family standing there, needing his guidance and help, needing that hand to hold during those hard times. But still, he stood the watch. He stood the watch for 25 years. He stood the watch so that we, our family, and our fellow countrymen, and all Americans could sleep soundly in safety each and every night, knowing that a Marine Today we are here to say, Major Bustamante, the watch stands relieved. Relieved by those that you have trained, guided, and led. Major Bustamante, we have the watch.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, sir, on accepting your final set of orders enthusiastically to 1st Civilian Division. Enjoy your tour, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude this ceremony, Juan's family and friends will present him with one final gift.
Major Bustamante, from the boys of the 305. Major Juan Bustamante, inserted 21 June 1999, extracted 28 February 2025. From the very start, you've exemplified leadership through your competitive drive in high school, your remarkable networking skills, and your distinguished military career, spanning both the enlisted and officer ranks, earning you the rare and distinguished title of Mustang. Your commanding presence, your unmistakable voice, and contagious laugh, always paired with your iconic greeting, "What up, dog?" will be greatly missed by everyone. Fortunate enough to have served alongside you. As you step into retirement, you'll focus on your family and new opportunities. We extend our heartfelt best wishes for your next chapter in life. We see you as an exceptional son, knowing that your mother, Claudia, looks down upon you with great love and admiration. A loving husband, a devoted father, and a true and loyal friend. May your days ahead be filled with joy, fulfillment, and new adventures. Enjoy this well-earned retirement, and remember, the elite doesn't truly retire. They simply move to a higher vantage point. From your family and friends who love you, fair winds and following seas. Semper Fi.
I really don't have a lot of words anymore. Other than, wow. I don't know if my wall is built for, I have to get a reinforced studs back there somewhere. Wow, thank you so much. It means the world. Thank you. I know, Fabi, you're helping out somewhere. All those phone calls I thought you were cheating on me with, but it's actually my Henry, I think. No, thank you so much. Everybody helped put this together. It's great. This is so awesome. Thank you. Like, man, no words. Thank you so much.
Right.
You need another chair?
Y'all good? Yeah, you're in there. I got it. 1, 2.
On behalf of Lieutenant Colonel Reyes, Major Bustamante, his family, and the SOCOM Logistics Directorate, we thank you all for attending today's ceremony. Following the ceremony, Juan was arranged for refreshments at 40 Thieves Irish Pub, located across the street. Major Bustamante will now join his family, and we ask that at this time, all our guests congratulate Major Bustamante and his family on this great achievement. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming.
I'm gonna send them.